And everybody's been talking. Is it AJ going number one? Is it Peterson going number one to the Wizards? Trae Young just re-signed in Washington, which kind of took, because when he opted out of that contract, I thought, oh, that's it. Peterson's going there. But him re-signing just kind of told me that AJ's going there. And I said that because, Peterson is a guard. And I don't think of Trae Young really playing alongside another guard like that. But with AJ coming back, or AJ coming there and Trae going there, I think it makes more sense. So I got AJ, and that's what a lot of the mock drafts have. They got AJ 1. But number 2 was really interesting here. Now we're starting to get interesting here. Number 2 belongs to Utah. Peterson has already stated that he only worked out for one team. It's been reported he only worked out for one team, and that was Washington. Utah, which I believe Utah and Portland, but Utah specifically, has the highest upside, I believe, for next season to improve. I think that if you look around their roster and the pieces they have already, especially post that trade last season when they added JJJ, plus the injuries they had with Markkanen and him coming back this year, and they have a very talented deep roster. Keontae, Sensabaugh, I saw him ball out live in Portland, and man, he surprised me. Very underrated player. Utah has a very good team. I think that they can definitely make it into the play-in or playoffs this season. Just don't screw this draft up.
Nice job, team.
So with that being said, Peterson doesn't want to go there. And you got the dynamic of Cam Boozer, which in a lot of mock drafts, he's going number 3 to Memphis. But Boozer's pops, Duke legend, I see you. Duke legend, my boy Boozer, Carlos Boozer, he's involved in the front office over there. So Cam could come over there and be a very valuable piece to that franchise right away. Also could learn from the bigs over there. So I got Cam going number 2, not Peterson. Unless maybe Utah does something, I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. Are they going to trade that pick to Memphis and get a player? And I don't know. I think that, watch out for that draft pick, though. I don't see Peterson. I don't envision him going number 2. I don't. So I got Cam going number 2, which opposes a lot of mock drafts. Then I got Peterson possibly going or potentially going to Memphis number 3, especially with him supposed to be moving Ja. So you're replacing him with a guard that's kind of a ball. You can let him put the ball in his hands, let him run the show. So yeah, Peterson 3. Caleb from UNC, Caleb Wilson going number 4 to Chicago. I think he's a very underrated player, and not a lot of people are talking about him. When it's all said and done, he might be the best player in the draft when we look back maybe a few seasons from now. It's potential. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying it's potential. So Caleb going to Chicago. Then you got the number 5 with the Clippers. Keaton Wagler has been the player that they've been talking about since the season ended. And since they got that number 5 pick, it was like, that's who they're going to get. But with this Giannis move in play, if Jalen goes to the Clippers, that number 5 is getting moved. But on the board, Keaton right now is showing number 5 to the Clippers. So we'll see how that goes. Darius Acuff going to Brooklyn, number 6. It is what it is, man. It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But it is there. Hey, Brooklyn, they're just, I don't even know what to say about Brooklyn, honestly. You get him, cool, right? He's a bucket. Very talented player, very good, but I just think it's a bad situation. It's Brooklyn, right? No disrespect to Brooklyn. I got a lot of Brooklyn homies, but They don't even like the Brooklyn Nets. Like, they don't even rep them niggas. So yeah, A-Cuff to Brooklyn, not moving the needle. Reminds me, and that's what I'm saying about a lot of these things, is like it doesn't make sense to me. You get rid of a Cam Thomas who's a walking bucket, right? I get the knock on him saying that he's too ball dominant. He's not really a winning player. He just wants to go get buckets. But as far as game, I can see similarities with him and Acuff. So you go get him, but you just moved on from a Cam. But I guess it makes sense it makes sense in the fact Cam's time was coming for a payday, but Acuff, you can hold him off for a little while. Cool. Then I'm gonna skip all the way because, like I say, I don't really, after that, sure, right? Some interesting things though is OKC, they made the move, got rid of Wiggins, and so now they have two. They have the number 12 and number 17 draft pick. I wanna say something about OKC though that I think everybody wants to praise them for how good they are and their GM, but the lesson to learn from them is the reason they've been so good and they've had these players like Wiggins and a Kaysen, and I mean, I can just go down the line. What's my boy named Mitchell? Like, OKC is of the philosophy of it sounds simple, but let's take the best player available, not the best fit available. And that's where they go right, where a lot of teams try to overthink it, especially in the lottery. Let's get the best fit. We're gonna build here and plug here. And no, OKC gets the best player available. And they're very good at trading as well, but they get the best player available. And then, hey, if you got this best player, look what they just did with Wiggins. We know we're gonna show how good he is, and he's already a valuable asset, but we're gonna showcase it. Stock's gonna go up, and then we're gonna move him, right? It just makes sense, but a lot of teams don't follow that philosophy. They go for fit in the draft instead of best player. I think you go for the best player in the draft, and when you trade for fit, but a lot of teams try to overthink it and try to get the best fit available, which doesn't even pan out all the time. Because then you got to factor in chemistry and all these other things, all these other factors. But if you get the best player available, you really can't go wrong there. So OKC with the 12 and 17, watch what happens. Whether they somehow trade it, I don't know if that's going to happen. I think they're going to do what they do. They're going to get they're going to get the best players. They're going to scout. Their 12 and 17 might end up being better than half the picks that are ahead of them. When it's all said and done, who knows? It might take, just like it did now, it might take 2-3 seasons from now for us to see it. But they are very good at evaluating and very good at drafting. So them with a 12 and 17, the rich just keep getting richer in my eyes with OKC. And then I want to talk about somebody that went to my high school, my alumni, Isaiah Evans from Duke, North Met High, shout out.
Oh, hey.
They got him going 18 to Charlotte. I love that. One, hometown, but also you're bringing in a guy who has a high motor, can get buckets, and he's very long, very lanky, athletic. He can come into that franchise right now, help them out on defense, on the perimeter, and has an upside offensively, especially playing with a guard like Alonzo. My bad, Alonzo. My bad, LaMelo. Coming over and playing with LaMelo, a guard who is a very talented passer. It seems like that offense loves to move the ball. They love to get their young guys going. So Isaiah over to Charlotte, I like that. I like that for them at 18. And yeah, that's what I got on the draft right now. We'll see though about which of these pieces or any of these pieces of draft picks gets moved. Like I said, LAC, Clippers involved in talks with the Jaylen Brown fiasco. We'll see. It's very interesting. I just really, really love the possibility of Kawhi and JB with Darius Garland. Goodness gracious.
Daddy, chill.
I love that. And then you got Niederhauser, young, exciting big from last season at the on the Clippers, returning from injury this season. Sky's the limit. I would love for them to bring Collins back. We'll see. You got to pay. I think if I'm the Clippers, you definitely bring Collins back. If you have to choose, you bring Collins back over Mathurin. Definitely do that. But yeah, we'll see. Stay tuned. Then LeBron James. Man, I put my pick in today. We'll see if it goes that way. But LeBron James to the Warriors, I've been seeing this for a while now. I've been saying this since last season. I can see it happening. I think a dark horse was the Spurs.
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
Because especially if you look at what De'Aaron Fox, he ran him through the season, but even then he wasn't really a point guard. He's more of a scoring guard. They need somebody to like run the offense, and I think LeBron, especially at this age, would fit that role, but I don't really see it happening, especially no knock to Bron, but defense ain't his strong suit. I think you got to play defense over there. But I think that they would be willing to take him possibly right now. But realistically, I think the team that makes sense is the Warriors. Hey, just go over there, have fun. You're still in Cali, have fun. You get to play with Steph. They really don't have a shot right now to compete. But with adding a LeBron, it's like, who knows? Sky's the limit. You got Steph, LeBron, and we'll see if anybody gets moved, like a Butler or something like that. But I think that's a team to watch out for LeBron next season. Goes there. Dark horse Cleveland with James Harden being moved potentially or signing elsewhere. LeBron could go back over there, and you know where Bron goes, Bronny goes. So we'll see. But as always, thank you for tuning in with your boy at Leading Horses, where we lead horses, not sheep. Remember, you can always lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Please press the subscribe button right there. Subscribe if you haven't, and continue to look out. Appreciate it as always.